Hi everyone, it's Leah. Welcome back to my channel where I create videos to help your brand turn its followers into paying customers. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you 7 essential things that you should ask yourself before starting an e-commerce store. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing on my list that you should ask yourself before starting an e-commerce store is, why am I starting an e-commerce business? This is a very important question that you should ask yourself in the very beginning of your journey in order to understand why you are starting this business. If your answer is for the money, then unfortunately you're already on the road for failure. So I would suggest thinking about what you're going to do when you start an e-commerce business and if it's for you in the very beginning. Because if you just do it for the money, then you're not going to put in the work, you're not going to be consistent, not going to put in all the hours that it requires to build a successful e-commerce brand. So I will suggest start an e-commerce business if you have passion for e-commerce. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you at least have the willingness to learn and you will have more chance of succeeding in your new brand. Or if you have created a product and you want to supply this product to a certain group of people, then this is also a good reason to start an e-commerce brand, because you're also going to have the willingness to learn or source the right people to help your brand grow, because you already have a passion in your own product. But if you only starting it for the money, then nope, this is really not a good idea. And so you really should ask yourself in the very beginning, why am I starting an e-commerce business? The second thing on my list that you should ask yourself before starting an e-commerce business is, what am I going to sell? So I suggest, if you don't know already what product you're going to sell, then you can do some research. You can go on places like Amazon or search for your favorite e-commerce stores that are maybe selling things around products that you like, or to a niche of people that you'll be interested in. You can go on Instagram and see what products are trending, also TikTok and any other social media platforms, and this way you can get an idea of what products may be popular or what products you may be interested in selling. Or if you have a passion for anything, any sports or any hobbies, then you can also create a brand selling products around these items, and you can search on Google to see if your products or what products within your niche are selling a lot. You can go on to Google search and put in your product, look for stores that are selling your products and see what they're selling and what angle they're going about. Go onto their social medias, see who's following them, what type of people are interested, and this is what you can do. You can do keyword searches on Google, you can check trends on Google, and this way you can find out what products you would like to sell, and you can go from there. Also, if you're going to be doing drop shipping, you can check out places like Orbello and Spocket, and they will have lists of products on there that you can source and drop ship to customers without you having to go into big research. They have done it for you. They are telling you what products would sell or what products are already selling if you want to go into drop shipping, and this is another option that you can explore. But yeah, you need to find out what products you want to sell. It's a really important question if you do not know what you want to sell already, and if you do have products to sell, don't forget to do research. Third thing on my list that you should ask yourself before you start an e-commerce business is that, what platforms am I going to sell on? So you may want to set up a full e-commerce store and use something like Shopify, which is one of my favorites. There is other e-commerce platforms out there, but I like Shopify, so it is a biased decision, but it's what I have experience in, and I'm also a Shopify expert. So just to put that out there, so that is a reason why I like Shopify. I believe in that product, and maybe you will like it too. The other thing is, if you just want to sell via your social media platforms, you can do Instagram shopping, and also depending on what items you sell, if it's handmade, you can sell on Etsy, and if you have vintage clothing, you may want to sell on Depop. So you really do need to ask yourself where you're going to be selling, what platform you're going to be selling on, and it would also depend on what products you are selling, where your target market is, where your customer is. So you really need to do a bit of a research on from what you're selling and where to find your customers, because it might be a thing that you will be selling on multiple channels. You may have a Shopify store and also selling via TikTok. You may have a depot store and selling via Instagram, so you really need to research where your customers are and what platforms you're going to use. So the fourth thing on my list that you should ask yourself before setting up an e-commerce business is, what kind of employees or services do I need to run my store? So you may be somebody who's making some handmade products and you got an amazing product, you created it, but you know nothing about building a website or building an e-commerce store, setting up product descriptions. You might not know how to take good photographs, or you don't know how to promote yourself via social media. So you may need a varied type of employers or people that you hire on a freelance basis in order to run your store. So you need to sit down, see what skills you have, where you can save money by doing your work yourself, and things you don't have time for or things you are not good at, you should outsource it. Or if it's beneficial to you and you need this service on a daily basis and you have a budget for it, you can think about employing someone part-time or full-time if needed in order to do these activities that are needed to run your shop. So if you have new products, maybe once a month, that you need to take photographs of that you've made or you've purchased, you can think about hiring a photographer maybe just once a month. You may not need to employ a full-time photographer because maybe you only have products maybe coming out once every 3 months or twice a year, so you may only need a photographer maybe 2 to 4 times a year. So you can outsource this work to a freelancer. You can hire someone local, or you can find someone on maybe somewhere like Fiverr or Instagram if it's somebody that you can have recommended to you, or a person that does photography. Or you may need to promote your shop after you have set everything up. You may need to use social media, and then you do not know nothing about social media marketing. You can hire a social media marketing expert. In the beginning of your e-commerce journey, you might not have a budget to hire a full-time marketing agent, so you can go onto somewhere like Fiverr again, where you can hire a social media marketing manager for very cheap. If you want that person to post your social media every day, you can do that. Or if you only want that person to create content for you, i.e. pictures to post on Instagram or any short videos, then you can do that also. But you do need to think about what you can do for your own business, what you have time to do, and what employees, full-time, part-time, or freelancers you need to hire to run your store. So the fifth thing on my list that you should ask yourself before starting an e-commerce store is, what customers am I targeting? Now, once you decide what you are creating, really before you decide what you are creating or selling, you should really decide and find out what customers you are targeting. So if you're making t-shirts, for instance, you need to find out exactly who you're going to be targeting these t-shirts to. Are they kids? Are they young professionals? Are they sports enthusiasts? Are they football lovers? Are they dog lovers, coffee lovers? You really need to think about who you are creating a product for. So I'm taking a t-shirt an example. If you don't know who you're targeting, how do you know what type of graphic you are going to be designing? Or if you design a certain type of graphic for people targeted, say, to coffee lovers already, you need to know that you're going to need to target people who are probably liking coffee or drink coffee on a regular basis, and also will be willing to wear a t-shirt with your graphic on. So if you are selling sandals, you need to know like who you're targeting, where these people live, what they do on the weekend. You really need to dive in deep to find out who your customers are in order to find out where they are. So this is a very important question that you should be asking yourself before you start your e-commerce business. Who is your target customer? Sixth thing on my list that you should ask yourself before starting an e-commerce business is, what type of fulfillment method are you going to use? Who will be fulfilling this order? Are you going to self-fulfill this order? Are you going to be posting these items out yourself? Will you be packaging these items, creating the posted labels and dropping them off at a post point, or having them collected by a delivery driver? Or will you be using something like Amazon FBA, where you'll be selling on Amazon and Amazon fulfills your products? So they go to an Amazon warehouse, and once you sell your products, Amazon picks them from the shelf and delivers them to your customer. Or will you be using the drop shipping method, where you are selling products that is supplied by somebody else in a warehouse, maybe in your own country or via China, and once your item is sold, you place the order in at the company's website who manufactures this item or sells this item, and they post it directly from wherever they are directly to your customer. That is a drop shipping method. Or are you going to outsource your fulfillment to a logistics company? This is where it's an outside company that owns a warehouse in a country or near you or near your customer, and they keep your product in their warehouse, and when an order is placed, you instruct the warehouse to post your item out to your customer. This is a third-party fulfillment center. So you need to think about what fulfillment method you're going to use, one of these four, before you start your e-commerce business. So when you do get into selling your products and maybe get a flood of orders, you're not thinking about this at the last minute when it's too late, because you do not want to have bad customer service. You want to have a good customer service for your customer. So you really need to think about the volume of products you're going to sell, and if you can fulfill them yourself, and if you are fulfilling them yourself, if you are going to require any help from somebody else, whether it's family member or friends or somebody you may know, or employing someone part-time. But knowing that in the beginning, if it's Christmas or Black Friday and all of a sudden you get a lot of orders, then you already have this person in place that you can pick up the phone, write an email and say, come on down, I have a lot of orders and I need your help. So if you think about this in the beginning, before you start your e-commerce store, then you won't have any nasty surprises later. Okay, so 7th thing on my list that you should ask yourself before you start your e-commerce store is, how will I promote my store? So where's your first sale going to come from? Where are you going to promote your store? So this could be social media, this could be paid ads. Even if you're doing paid ads, you need to know where your customers at, who you're going to advertise with. Is it Facebook? Is it Google? Are you going to just do Instagram ads? So you do need to think about in the beginning what your budget is, if you can even do any paid ads, what free options is there for you to promote your store. Do you have a big network already, or do you need to build a network on social media? Are you going to be doing anything offline? You really do need to think about how you are going to promote your store. So I'll be doing a video later on how you can promote your store, paid options and free options. So subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell, and YouTube will definitely notify you when I post this video. If you like today's video and this is the kind of content that you would like to see, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like today's video, please give me a thumbs up. This really helps me in the algorithm. And don't forget to turn on the bell, and YouTube is going to notify you when I post more videos within social commerce, e-commerce and digital business. And I really thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content and it will be useful to you in your journey. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.